Welcome back. Now we are going to look at some other important considerations so far as four-star diet is concerned.
Thank you. So, as I said, you must know some things that when it comes to dieting or a balanced diet is also known as a four-star diet. Anything without a balance cannot be stable. So we need a balance. So we have the number one thing you should consider is the food environment. When you have the whole world, when you come to geographical area, every continent, every town, every country have the food available. So you must consider the food environment. Which country are you from? What town are you from? Which region are you from? Look at the food available in the community and consume that one rather.
Okay.
Don't go and maybe go on the internet and just find some food. You might not be able to enjoy it because it's not something you were brought up with. And diet is mostly something that you grow up eating the same food. So you must learn how to combine them. You don't have to copy food. So we have locally available food. If it's fruit, locally available food, sometimes even wild fruit. In the northern region, shea butter fruit is available. Wild grapes, they are all there. Let's consider our locally available food. And the second thing we should consider is our food choices. The food you like best. So don't say because they said I should eat fruit, so I don't like watermelon and I will take watermelon. Yeah. Look at the food that you like. Maybe I like pineapple. Take pineapple. You like pawpaw. Take pawpaw. Don't force yourself and take the fruit that you are not familiar with. So let's mind our food choices. Some people, when they take beans, they react to it. Some people are saying that some blood group don't have to take some food and all those things. But then just know yourself. Know the food you react to. When you take beans and you react to it, just change and replace the beans with maybe agushi. It's also another type of protein. So don't force yourself and take the food you are reacting to. Just consume the food that you feel like is good for you and it will help you. But then make sure that all the food groups are inside. Consume your choice of food. Right. And we have our cultural background. Every culture in the food that when it comes to maybe the Ewe, they like workplay and maybe with adame soup. Yeah. When it comes to the northern regions, we have TZ, sometimes with bitter soup, with dry okra, with what do you call it? Boabab tea, the leaves. Yes, so cooker. Yes. So you must. Yes. Fancy too. They like fancy
and you go to a hunter and they also like the foam.
Yes.
All right.
So and the bono to fufu, asante fufu with abunabuno. Look at the food that your culture. Don't go and force yourself and take a food that you cannot consume. So to be able to eat well, look at what you were brought up with, what's available in your community, in your culture, and eat it very well. So that you can enjoy it.
That is why I always say that our restaurant should, our hotels and restaurants should learn from these, because you go to restaurant and then you're asking for food, and some of them, some food they will mention, sometimes you've not heard of it before. I went to a particular place I wanted to eat, and I wanted to take breakfast. I went to town early. I'd done a lot of rounds, and around 10:30 I wanted to take breakfast. So I asked, what do you have? Then they went cappuccini and some Italian something. Of course, I'm not looking down on any other countries, food. So I got a cappuccino. I'm saying, I'll pay you here. Tea, common tea, you say coffee, and then a cappuccino for your breakfast. So I agree with you. We should eat our local foods.
Local foods, yes. But we shouldn't be always international food. No, God has made the way that each community has their own food that is dominating it. Let's consume that one more so that we can enjoy it. Yes.
Right.
And then let's talk about the cooking method. You might have your protein, your staple food, your fruit and vegetables, but if you don't consider the cooking method, you might end up losing the vitamins, especially the vegetables. A little heat or too much heat applied to it, you take away all the vitamins and minerals in there. So let's check our cooking method. It's very important. Some people add a lot of additives, spices, too much spices. It's all not good for us. So let's consume more of local spices. Onion is the what do you call it? Garlic, ginger, pepper, the local spices.
All those.
Let's consume more of the local spices. Yes. Right. So the cooking method is very important. Let's consider the cooking method, and then the spices and the things we add to it. And then the second thing is hygiene. For instance, when it comes to children, you might have all this. Oh, I gave the child rice. The rice was with stew and egg. It's a good meal, but where was the food prepared?
Yeah.
How did you handle it? How was it stored? The child can finish eating all this and end up getting diarrhea and end up, if the child have already some worm infestation, they are also feeding on the same food she's feeding on. The child end up having a protruding belly because some things are going on in the belly. So let's consider that hygiene is very important. You might don't say that I'm eating properly, so I might be fine. No, let's consider the hygiene. What is the personal hygiene, then the environmental hygiene, then the food hygiene. How did you handle the food? Did you wash it well? When you were eating, did you wash your hand? When you were cooking, did you cover your hair? It shouldn't be like this. You might finish and all these things are in the food. So when you are cooking, try and cover your head.
We have had some argument this morning where one of my friends brought pear, and then we wanted to eat it. He didn't wash it. So why don't you wash it? He said that even the one who introduced hygiene, it is hygiene that killed him. So it is very important for us. Even if you go to the market and you bring vegetables, you have to wash them sometimes. And then sometimes maybe wash it with, they say with salt, right?
Yes, with
Before
salt.
you even put them in the refrigerator. All right, thank you.
Okay. So let's consider the timing and then the quantity of the food. As I said earlier, nutrition, we believe in moderation. So don't consume too much. Don't consume too little. Eat be okay, but don't consume much. So let's consider the quantity of the food and then the timing. You can't just eat when you finish now, then the next minute you are lying on the bed. Some even eat, and where they ate, the boy is there unwashed. They are already on the bed sleeping. It will not help because, as I said, energy consumption and intake cause energy intake. So that the amount of energy you take, you must use it.
All right.
So if you know that you are at work, you're always in the office at a certain, don't go and take heavy food and stand at one place. You might end up looking down. Look at their working condition. Are you someone who's, if your work is active, involving moving up and down like a teacher, you have to do something very heavy so that you can get energy. Construction worker, a carpenter,
footballer,
farmer. You must take something that's, it's heavy so that you can go up and down. But if you're like a banker, stand at one place and you're consuming early morning, maybe kenke, stand down without
moving. Or a heap of watching.
Yes, watching, breakfast, and that's some people's breakfast. And you don't move around with it, it might end up affecting you. And most especially those who are aging. Let's take the timing is very important. Know who you are, know what to do so that you can eat properly. Because there are most diet-related diseases in these days recorded in the hospitals because of our eating habits. If our eating pattern is not good, it might end up affect our health. We have them like diabetes, hypertension, stroke, and all those things. It's because of our eating habits, and it develops gradually. When you are young, as I said, when you are young, you go up and down, so don't feel it. But when you are aging like 50 upward, the activity level reduces. The quantity must also reduce, and the timing you must consider. You shouldn't eat and sleep. Some people work in the night. I can't say that don't eat in the night. Some they are maybe a security man or you run shift. I can't say don't eat in the night, but don't eat and just sleep. Be active.
Right, you are listening to Prime Testimony channel. Stick around and continue listening to the other important considerations.
So, must know that there's no perfect food somewhere. Don't always say, oh, can I eat this? I heard this one is no good. There is no bad food anywhere. Don't condemn someone's food. Oh, maybe I'm an area, I like eating workplace with pepper and fish. Don't come and tell me that it's no good. No, it's culturally bound. So let's consider, don't condemn anyone's food. All we need is that we have the 4-star diet in the food. And it will help with.
Okay. Is there any other consideration before we close, or any other advice that you want to give, especially men that are obese and women that are obese?
Okay. So I would advise that if you check your BMI, that is body mass index, and it's saying that you are obese, as I said, it develops gradually and it will go the same way. It sometimes will take years for you to gain back your normal weight. So you can't say that, okay, I used to eat four balls of banku right now, and because you say you are obese, I come to eat one ball, you kill yourself. So maybe you can, if it was 3, you can take 2.5. Then as time goes on, you're reducing it, and you end up getting the normal weight. And let's limit our fat intake, especially animal fat. If when you're eating cow meat and there's fat inside, just take it off. Because when you're eating, sometimes you can see that it's even begin to, harden. That's the same thing to do in your stomach or your body. So it's not help us. Let's take notice of the animal fat from animal. Let's consume more of fruits and vegetables. So that an obese person, so we need fiber, a lot of fiber. Let's avoid food that they're taking the fiber out in refined foods like spaghetti. There's no fiber inside. But by the combination, you can add vegetables to it. Yeah. The combination can make it fiber rich.
Okay.
Yes. So let's note that food that are not rich in fiber, let's avoid them, and let's exercise a little, and we will get our normal weight. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Gloria Naninja, our nutritionist. You've shared, these nuggets with us, and I believe the way I have learned, others or our listeners out there have also learned. This Prime Testimony channel, I'll encourage you to keep watching Prime Testimony channel, and you will learn a lot. God bless you. Good night. Thank you.
You're welcome.